After Columbia Democrat Seth Rose announced a resolution to remove the statue of Ben Tillman from the State House grounds, there is now a petition circling online to repeal the state's Heritage Act, which protects monuments from removal. It was enacted some 20 years ago. News 19's Jacob Reynolds tells us more.
A group of USC and Clemson students and alumni are trying to lead an effort to repeal the state's Heritage Act. The petition, which has already got more than 60,000 signatures, would repeal the state's Heritage Act, which passed in 2000. The act prohibits relocating, removing, disturbing, or altering any public monument to a war, African American history, or Native American history on state or other public property. The act has fallen under renewed scrutiny in recent weeks as there's a growing conversation about removing problematic or controversial statues and memorials from state and public property across the country. Helen Knight, one of the organizers of the petitions, told WLTX she thinks now's the time, while Republican strategist Dave Wilson says it might not be as easy as signing a petition.
I'm part of a community of alumni who have been frustrated with some of the representation of Confederate and pro-segregation figures on USC's campus for a long time. This is not new for us. We just never really thought there would be the political will or the popular momentum to really put sufficient pressure either on the university to make a change or on the state legislature.
There are people who want to make sure that history gets memorialized. That's one part of this. The other part of this is if you're going to erase a certain part of history, therein lies the question. And the reason that the Heritage Act was actually created was to ensure that parts of history were memorialized. Now, the question becomes one of, okay, do you keep statues up on the State House grounds for particular people and particular reasons? And that really comes down to an issue and a question that the legislature is going to have to make when they come back into session in 2021.
The General Assembly and State House aren't the only bodies reckoning with their history. On Friday, Clemson University announced it would be changing the name of the Calhoun Honors College to the Clemson Honors College. It also said they would be asking the General Assembly to approve renaming Tillman Hall to its old name of Old Main. Reporting in Columbia, Jacob Reynolds, News 19, WLTX.
Well, House Speaker and Republican Jay Lucas had no comment on this today. Brian Sims with the governor's office said that it is the Clemson's board right to make any decisions and to make that request of the General Assembly. He added that the Heritage Act provides a good framework for how to deal with some difficult questions.